Okay, let's go. Hey, this is Coach Nikki Zeigler here. It's all about the herpreneurs. This is my actual last interview for the day with the Herpreneur virtual book tour. And of course, I had to have a woman of integrity, a prestige woman who has been leading the way across the whole United States. She's a phenomenal. Um, we kind of got her on the tour at the last minute. I was just happy to have her. Because I feel like, her brings knowledge, brings wisdom, brings understanding, and she is a published author. She got a million things going on. So not only are we going to talk about this book, but we're going to talk about who she is, so you guys can get very familiar with her. So let's bring this beautiful. I'm gonna let her tell you who she is herself. So I'm gonna bring her into this live. Welcome to the live, little doctor, Mrs. Sherry. I mean, I can name about a million titles for you, but I know you're not all about the title. You're all about the servant heart. So
yeah,
know who you are, and let's take it from there.
all right. So, I am what they call me, the butts in the seat queen. I'm Kearn Crockett Cherry on Facebook. I'm a speaker, coach, author, entrepreneur for over 23 years. I've been in healthcare for over 30 plus years. I've been creating events and conferences for over 15 plus years. And I am the co-founder and director of Success Women's Conference, where we had over 17,000 people in attendance last year. Not last year, last month.
Last month.
It was so big, it just felt like, okay, that needed to be a year ago, right? So now, and so now we're actually launching Woman on Fire, January the 1st through the 3rd. That's this January, the 1st through the 3rd. We want you to get your year started off right. We know that COVID has taken many people mentally down, and we want to make sure that you have a way to start your year off strong. Like, we're going to push 2020 to the side, as some of us will finish cleaning up and making sure we cha-ching at the end. But we want to make sure that you also are coming with us, that you can figure out, what do I need to do different than I did in 2020? I often say that 2020, COVID has really allowed us to awaken things inside of us. I often tell people, you have gifts that you were born with, talents that you were given by God. And so that being said, it is your time, this extra time that we have, that we can't go visit our families and friends and travel the world, and even just as simple as go to the movies, right? So this extra time that we have, now we can look inside and say, what do I love doing? Most of us have a few things that we really love doing.
Yes.
So it is time to wake that up, right? You need to wake that up. If you're coming home from a 9 to 5, 7 to 7, 6 to 6, whatever, you need to take a few moments for yourself and try to wake those gems up and make some money. I just saw on, I think it was Good Morning America extended version, where a lady was working. She works at home. She works on a computer at home. But guess what? She went to a party and she said, I got all this extra time, it was a kids' party. I might as well start baking. She started baking. She is now, when she finishes her 9 to 5, she goes into cooking and baking, and it has taken off. She's selling through the digital platform, y'all. The digital platform. That's what you need. Create another stream of revenue. Don't be dependent on the system or man or whatever. What God has for you, nobody else can take. And I don't care if they have that talent. Your talent is different from their talent. So run with your talent. So that being said, this is something I'm doing. I have been working this year early. I released Trailblazers Who Lead. There were 29 of us here, and now I'm doing Make It Happen. So if you want to know who I am, like I said, I'm the butts in the seat queen. I love motivating people to turn that dial up.
That's right.
2020, your year.
And you know what? It's all about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this: 2020 ain't over. 2020 is not over. We have to find ways to bring in income virtually.
Yes.
This is my income virtually. Yeah. We have to find ways to draw revenue towards your household in a positive light. Forget the negative. Let's talk about this positive light. So people like you and others who have paved the way for people like me to come behind you and position ourselves for greater. It's no need of saying, well, I'm broke during 2020. That's your fault, because God has given us tools, ideas, mindset, creative mindset to take this thing to another level. And I think I'm a part of the Women of Fire. I'm ready. I'm ready to slay. I'm ready to slay, because it's so much. Women in business. It's so much that God has for you. I was sitting here reading, and God has me writing another book. I'm on my third book. The second book is going to print now. And God was just telling me how we have to position ourselves and go by scriptures of the things that God has for you. And God gave me 15 scriptures, Coach Sherry, that He wants us to share with these people that can help you to build a better you. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, and it's plans of hope and future." You got to know what's your hope, and you got to know what's your future. But the only way you will know that is that you got to start hearing the voice of God. You know what I'm saying? We make so many excuses, Coach Sherry, on things that, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what God has for me. You know, if you're listening, you know, if you're paying attention, you know, if you surround yourself around godly women like Coach Sherry and myself, who are paving the way daily to break down these strongholds, who are denouncing that competition spirit, that competitive spirit. I learned one thing about Coach Sherry the other day, and it changed my whole life. Coach Sherry told me on the phone the other day when we had our conversation. She said, stop trying to make people say, you know, I move in silence. God wants you to move in silence. And I want you to expound on that, Coach Sherry, so you can let them know what you mean about stop telling people that you want to move in silence.
Well, let's talk about that. God is the light. Jesus is the light. Look, he don't move in the dark, and he don't move behind people. He is out front. Everything he did when he walked the earth, Jesus walked the earth. He wasn't hiding. He knew who was going to take him down. Was he hiding from the people? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, when I tell you God wants the glory, he wants the glory. You can't give a testimony hiding behind in the scene. You give your testimony when people can see what you're doing and see how he operating in your life. You know, I hear people say all the time, you know, to God be the glory. Well, make sure you sharing that out. Make sure you let people know how he is glorifying your life, and you are giving him the glory.
That's right.
This is how he wants testimonies. Do y'all know books? Books are a testimony. When you share a chapter in a book, you're a testimony.
Come on.
You're sharing a testimony in your life.
That's right.
Good, bad, ugly. It is a testimony. So you need to share that. You hear people say all the time. I've been at many conferences. Speakers are saying, your story ain't your story. Your story ain't your story, because it's scriptural. God wants you to tell testimonies. He wants you to go out door to door sharing the word. Now we got the internet. This is door to door. You got to share out. You got to tell him what he's doing for you. Man, you share that with people. It's his time. God has said, you know, look, he always, you know, that when something is bad going on, God is still going to come through the darkness.
Come on.
Because you can't stop the light.
You can't stop the light.
Right? You can't stop it.
That's good.
So right now, people, if you want God operating in your life, go ahead and say, Lord, give me what I'm supposed to be doing. I tell you what, right now, Make It Happen. My book chapter, Make It Happen. Now, I've had that idea for a long time. Actually, probably since I was featured in Essence back in 2005. The book was Make It Happen. And then I brought it on. It was a feature where I was featured for the second time. Make It Happen, right? All of us was making it happen. Now, I want to make sure that other people share in their life on making it happen, right? It is time for you to share in your life and making it happen. But I was like, God, no, I don't think this ain't the right title. This is not it. I was just in my mind, I was saying that to myself. And then he was like, I'm telling y'all, I ain't even a morning person, right? So I was sitting on the couch and he was like, scroll by because he know where I be on Facebook. Chapter pops in, Isaiah 60:22, and he will make it happen. Boom, go to Google and all it is, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen. I said, okay, confirmation. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It's scriptural. I'm sitting there. Even last year, 2019, after I finished Success, I was feeling a little deflated. We blew up Success in 2019. We had the largest facility on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We raised over 200K, right? To bring in people from around the country. I raised at least a third of that. But y'all, it takes a lot to run an engine. I call to hear me all to say success is like a monster. It's over. I mean, I was spending 16-hour days. I was pouring in time because I wanted it to pour into people's lives. And it did. There were many women that started their business, got a coach, elevated their career from there. But as a conference producer, sometimes you can feel like, well, what am I getting? Right? Everybody full. Y'all full. Where I'm at. Okay. So I had to have a, as y'all said, come to Jesus meeting. Well, I had a real come to Jesus meeting. I just let the Lord talk to me after that instant at that time. And he dealt with me. It's okay to be selfish, ladies. I'm gonna say that out loud. And he showed me this is what you need to do. So I produced a conference, which, Lord, the devil fought me hand over fist with Power Up Summit. But you know what? Me and my team, shout out to all my team members from Power Up Summit and Level Up Your Visibility and Profitability. So shout out to all those ladies, especially my girl Rita. And so that being said, he gave me that seed then. He said, this is what he showed me. And then he showed me Trailblazers Who Lead. And I was like, because I was like, well, I'm looking at this title, Make It Happen, Trailblazers. He even sent the young lady to push me, to give me a boot so that I would actually produce it, because I'm not a natural writer. I am not. But he was showing me this is what you need to do. That's right. When I took off with the book, sometimes you think, well, this is slow. It's not going the way I want it to. No, the God's like, no, you need to be patient. Then the glory comes in when you see people, women who have something to share with the world. And now they're taking this chapter, just 1,000 words, a chapter in a book. Now they're speaking. Now they're emceeing. Now some of them had podcasts. They relaunched their podcast. Yeah,
come on, guys.
Some of them started new podcasts. Some of them are doing conferences. Many of them are doing book anthologies. And I'm like, so this is what? Okay, all right, God. They were featured in magazines. They were featured on podcasts. They were featured on Facebook Live's radio show. All those things. And that a lot of times we are afraid to put ourselves out there. And I'm like, ladies, this is opportunity. Come on, get on the party. Now these women collaborate with each other. I'm like, look, I'm trying to keep up with y'all because I can't keep up with y'all. I'm like, y'all just doing all kind of things. Some of them got 4 books that came out this year in 2020.
Come on,
It's doing stuff. So you got to take this opportunity. God gives us opportunity. Psalms 18:16 says, now I can't quote it, but it says, in a nutshell, make room for your gifts, and the world will make room for you.
I got
that exact quote.
I got some other scriptures I want to add to it.
Yes.
Jeremiah 1:5 says, before we was formed into our mother's womb, God approved you and called you a prophet. God already knew what you were going to do in your business. He already knew who you was before you was even born. I got another, Romans 8:28, and these for women in business, because I'm going to bring it. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and is called to his purpose. Entrepreneurship is an interesting place, and it's often failures and setbacks. But you have to learn how to keep moving, keep pushing, and keep striving. Psalms 37:4 said, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Interpretation of that scripture. You got to serve God. He wants what's best for you. He wants your business to be successful. But you got to know who he are, and you got to desire a good heart. You got to desire him. Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be open. Truthfully, it is not enough to ask. You must believe and not doubt who you are. James 2:26. As the body with the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. That rings true to me. I personally believe that we need to give God something to bless him, and which means praising him, worshiping him, making sure that we are in spirit, man, and not of our flesh. Habakkuk 2:2 says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain unto tables, that we may that he may read it. So that means, guess what? You got to take out the time and write your stuff down. So not only can God read it, but you can read it yourself, because sometimes the devil will have you to forget what God has told you. And it doesn't necessarily mean when God give you a vision that you're supposed to do it today. It might be something like she said. She had make it happen 10 years ago, and now God manifesting it now. Just because you have that vision right then when God give it to you, don't make you supposed to act. But that comes to what? You're hearing, you're listening, you're praying. You know what I'm saying? You're getting connected to our Father. Got another one for you. Proverbs 29:18 said, where there is no vision, the people will perish. You got to have a vision. You cannot expect God to keep giving you stuff, then giving you something, and you ain't got the vision. You got to write the vision, make it plain. You got to have a vision. You got to understand that everything he has instilled in you is to manifest, and you got to make sure he's your light. You cannot be your light. Like she said, God gonna shine through anyway. You got to make sure God is shining at all times. Okay? And I told you about Jeremiah 29:11. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. You got to make sure God is your center. Anything you do in business, if God ain't getting the glory, it's not of him. Exactly. Sorry. If you're not inspiring people, it's not of him. If you're not leading people back to him, it's not of him. You got to make sure he gets the glory of everything. Your family, your finance, your business, your spirituality, everything points back to the man who made you, and that is God. Now, I got 5 more to go, but we're going to let her speak on what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, it's all about conversating and making sure we point y'all back to Christ.
And I totally agree with that. You know, when you were saying write it down, see this book right here? It is full of notes from last year. Exactly. This is mine this year. I got 2 of these, y'all. 2 of these little note things running. Okay. When my clients call, I'm like, now let's go with it too. I gotta work it. Look, your ideas are seeds.
Yes.
Your dreams are seeds.
Yes.
God gives you. He gives you stuff. Because it's already there. Woo. He's talking to you. He's talking to you. He wants you dependent on him, not man. Right? Your job is it's to feed you. He gives you that opportunity to know that everything comes from God. And for those of you that don't give your 10%, know that that is one of the reasons why you ain't getting blessed. Give your 10%, y'all. God has taken care of me through the peaks and the valleys. And when I tell you, there have been some valleys. You can't be in business 23 years and not see valleys. You can't be in business that long. And this ain't my first business. PRN Home Care is just one of my business. Success Women's Conference. That's just another business that I work with 2 other women. Okay. So I am telling you, this, you have to be willing to go through, and you have to be dependent on him. And you gotta be obedient. You can't run when the fire gets hot. All right. Hello. You can't do that. You know, yeah, you may have to go out. And when you hear people say, create 7 streams of income, well, this is your time to create those incomes right now. Now, you may not get up to 7 right away or whatever. For you millennials, you got multiple opportunities here. Y'all know how to work this internet, right? There is no reason why you shouldn't already have a couple businesses running. Okay. If you send me a link to a book, if I know you think I ain't gonna go click and buy that book, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So think about how many people you know like that. If you selling t-shirts and they look as fabulous as my good friend and minister Kathy Amos shirts, that's right. When you got shirts looking like that, you know I'm gonna go get them. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I get a couple shirts here. Boom. Yes. I gotta look great online. So in addition, like my other good friend, Lauren Nicole. Yes, she dresses me. That's right. She picks my stuff out. And yes, she got a business. She know how to work that online. So I'm telling you, there's nothing you ain't got right now that you can't sell online. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that this time, the time is now. COVID is about now. COVID is about being creative. COVID is about walking through the door, having enough faith to walk through. Stop talking about faith. Start walking in faith. God wants his glory. He gonna get it from you. I'm telling y'all, I have been through enough times to know when God is saying, when I tell you it's time to move on and you don't want to do it, I'm gonna shut it all down. That's what he done to some of y'all during COVID. And you are not, if you're too stubborn, you're still sitting on it. But I know when he did it to my field back in 1999 or so, he shut the whole industry down. Can you been in a place in a field where the whole country gets pink slip? Well, I can testify to that. I'm not talking about a couple of people here and there. I'm talking about my husband went into work because I was doing PRN work there, working on the business and working in staffing side. I literally got a call and he said, they just laid me off and another young lady. Right. That was the start of the morning. By the time the afternoon hit, everybody that worked from that company, and they had several businesses got laid off in the same day. We got pink slip. People were calling other therapists in the country, laid off. People literally left our field. I'm talking about occupational therapy, physical therapists, speech therapists, recreational. If you were A, you got laid off. They laid everybody off. Boom, just like that. You think they won't do it? Yes, ma'am. They did it. That was just one industry, y'all. Pink slipped. My husband looked at me. We were looking at each other like, what we gonna do? And the funny thing is, God had already tried to push us in that direction.
My God.
He had already showed us. He sent us a lady that my husband was working with her husband in the nursing home. We're both in occupational therapy. And he showed us, this is your field. But the lady offered us a 1/3 of what we were making. And we're like, hello. And not all the hours that I was used to making, right? And so we politely, said, okay, we can't do that. And literally he was like, okay, all right. A year and a half later, we working for less than what she offered.
My God.
Hello. But you know how God let us know he was there and this was all him? I would say in a week or two, we had a 24-hour client. Now you multiply 24 times any number, okay? Just multiply that. If somebody says 24 hours, multiply that by 8, multiply that by 10, and then multiply it by 7 days in a week. Oh, that add up real quick. And so we're like, Lord, that was, look, and guess where the client came from? The same building that I had last worked in. I was like, Jesus. So when I tell you, God is always watching, y'all know that he's everywhere. He 2 or 3 are gathered, he is there. All right. All you gotta do is call his name. So I'm telling you, he has a mission and purpose for us, but it is up to us to walk in that faith, to have enough faith to walk in it. Stop talking, y'all. It's the time for his people. His people. And if you are a speaker, I am telling you now, I'm calling 2021 the year of the speakers. Because you know what's going on right now? All of us are functioning at the same level.
At the same level.
From the top speaker to the one that just, because you ain't at the bottom, you just coming up, right? So that what I'm telling you, you can go right now. You see Les Brown online. You can see Dr. Frazier. You can see Forrest Ryder. All these people need a platform because you got to stay relevant. And you got to be willing to step up and don't be thinking, I got to get paid for everything I tell me. Well, good luck with that, okay?
That's right.
You got to be relevant. It is the year of the speaker. Get yourself out there on these many platforms, y'all, because when 2022 come around, you want to make sure you're one of the relevant people that we saw while everything was shut down. And you better get used to this because virtual ain't going nowhere.
And I would say this right here, those who are watching this live, everybody know I own Life Coach University. So if you know you want to become a speaker, because of what she just said, I will certify you for $99. It's a 5-week program. It gets you where you need to be at, and you will be certified as a public speaker. Hit me up. This is, I promise you, she's speaking the truth. 2021 is a year of speakers. I promise you. I concur to that. So my thing is to help you. Normally, I do it for $5.99 or whatever, but right now on this particular live right here, if you heard this live, I will make sure you get your certification for $99. Hit me up. We'll take care of you. It will take you 3 to 4 weeks to get your certification as a public speaker, because this is my deal. You can speak all day long, but if you're not getting, if you don't know what you're saying, how to close it, how to open it, what not to say, how to dress, not to dress, it doesn't matter. You gotta do things the right way. And this is a year to do things the right way. We can't keep bootlegging and doing stuff and then think God's gonna honor it. He's not gonna honor that mess. You gotta do things the right way and learn. Take classes, get your certification in things that you know you want to be an expert in. Don't just call yourself a coach and you ain't never went to no coaching class. That's crazy. I wouldn't give myself a title that I'm not qualified for. Get your certification. Get educated. Don't get up there, because I'm gonna tell you something. People don't say nothing, but people are watching you. You think if you post something, you might get 1 or 2 likes, but imagine 150 people going past your like and not liking it at all because they don't want you to see you. They don't want you to see them watching you. People watch your page all the time. There's plenty of lurkers out there. So even with what she's saying, if you're going to become a speaker, and you don't have to go through me. It's plenty of other people that's doing the same exact thing, but you want to make sure you are doing things with a spirit of excellence, with character, and definitely with integrity. And I can say that because I ain't always been there. God had to renew my heart and get me to that level. But we got to understand, you got to follow God so you can make sure you're successful in everything that you do. Okay? Who is bothering you, Miss Cherry? Because your face.
Wow, you just speaking the truth, girl. You speaking the truth. Because I'm gonna to piggyback on that. People need to understand when you say you're a coach, your credibility is on the line, right? Because some people out here just they talking, but they ain't delivering, right? You need to step up on your platform, and be willing to be behind your product. You are a coach, you are a product. By the way, everybody is a brand. So I'm gonna tell y'all this for all y'all that put the dogs up as your profile. If you ain't in that profile, then I'm assuming that dog owns that profile. Just saying. So that being said, you are a brand. So when I come to your page, I'm looking for you. Who are you? Who are you? I want to know. So make sure y'all, some of y'all need to clean it up. And so if you don't know that we're going to a digital hiring platform on a probably permanent basis, you need to know that. You need to know people are getting used to what we're dealing with right now. And that being said, I can hire you digitally. I can study you digitally as well. My daughter often they call me a stalker. I'm a cyber stalker. I'm like, no, I just like to know who I'm connected to. And then I like to support my people. Every now and then I got to go on the page and say, hey, I'm sorry. The internet don't allow me just to see everything. I got to actually take some time and go see you so I can support you. So
that's right.
Like this, your future employers, whether it's a client or whether it's a job, they doing the same thing. They sure are. And for those of you that are not on LinkedIn, and by the way, they added Twitter. People are online hiring people through those two main social medias. So if you don't have a presence, there, then you will be left behind. They go look at that. People are going to start actually using that. And LinkedIn is actually a resume. So you need to know it's easy to go there and start building up your presence and connecting. I have over 23,000 people following me right now, and I follow them too. So I'm telling you, get your brand. If you are a janitor, you are a brand. Now, how you allow your brand to be perceived, as I said, for those of you that have dogs for your profile, that's what you say in your brand is. So go in, clean up yourself so that you can represent. There you go. Go ahead, coach.
Babe, I'm going to give it to you. This book, especially for those who are in ministry and those who are pastors and leaders and those who are public speakers, get the book. How to build your brand, your personal and your church ministry. This book is going to break this thing down to you where it's helping you to build who you are. Number 2, she asked me, do you have night classes? Everything we do, baby, is online. People are not meeting no more. This is the new normal, guys. This is your new normal. Okay. Yes, I'm a pastor's wife. Yes, my husband, we have a church here, but this is the new normal. You got to know who your brand, you got to know who your demographics is. You got to know who's supposed to be following you, who's supposed to be seeking your help. You got to know my demographics is not the young people. My demographics are between the ages of 35 to 65. There are African-American women. That's my demographic because you know why? I studied us. I know what we don't like, what we do like, what's going to be good for us. What are our color schemes? You got to know what's going to pull you. If you notice, I like bright colors. I like purple. I like yellows. I like blues. I like pinks. All because it draws in that girly girl. I am definitely a girly girl. She said, listen, yes, ma'am. D. Moore said, Brendan, yes, baby, Brendan is important. Like she said, you got to have a Twitter page. LinkedIn. Twitter ain't going nowhere. They done trick y'all. Twitter ain't going nowhere. It's here to stay. Everybody on this live should have a fan page. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Like she said, clean it up. Everything is not meant for Facebook. Everything is not meant to be posted. Now, for me, I have a personal page, which is people who I know personally, and I have Coach Nikki Zeigler page, which is the page you're watching right now. I don't put everything on my personal page, but I put on my regular page, on my fan page. And guess what? My personal page is still public, all because I don't care. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not a cusser. I'm not a smoker. I'm not a drinker. I don't go to the club. I try my best to live a clean life. So I don't have nothing to hide. You can see anything about me, and I'm quite sure Coach Sherry's the same way. She probably got a public page because we don't have nothing to hide. We who we are, and we're connected with some powerful women and men of God. But you got to stay connected, and you got to make sure whatever you do, strip to back it up. I'm sorry, that's just the platform we own. We ain't finna bend. We ain't finna bend for you because we understand the assignment that we have on our life. We are bondage breakers. We're here to shine a light on Jesus Christ. That's why we have this platform, Herpreneur. It's all about being around people who have been there, done that, and can teach you how to pull up. It's all about being around people who is inspiring you, who pushing you to your greater. People like Coach Sherry, I watch her page all the time. I might not like all her stuff, but I see what she's doing because, like she said, I'm a lurker. I want to know who you are. Why should I connect with you? Do you have what I need?
Exactly.
You feel me? And it's okay to be like that. You ain't got time. In this time of season, we don't have time to play. It's time to get things done. It's time for kingdom building people. Okay? We point you back to him because that's who our source is. I can't talk about nothing else. I don't know what else to talk about. I'll be lost if I talk about anything but Jesus. I'm lost. And I hate to say that, but that's just who I am. And I'm sure on that because I know where he brought me from. Okay? Go ahead, mother.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say this. Number one, making sure I got no food back. So, hold on. Yes. So anyway, one of the things I want to say, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I keep my little thing shared out. There we go. And so what I want to say is you are a professional, right? So what you put out there every day matters, right? You put yourself out, whether it's your brand, your professional site or your personal site. When I share about my kids, I share about my kids, but I mean, they're professionals as well. So they know, matter of fact, they educated me, mama, I'm a doctor. Okay. So I can't be out there all, what I'm saying? And they're young. And I'm like, okay, I expect you to go out, hang out, have a party, all that kind of stuff. But they ain't posting that on their page. Not, you don't do that. Young people know that there's some things you share and there's some things you only share with your friends through your text or whatever. And know that everything that you share outside is forever. Okay? I don't care if you go back and clean it up. It's forever. You just might as well understand. Ain't no need of being out there just throwing it all out for everybody to hear. I have been amazed. I've cyber stalked some people that I ain't friends with. And I'm like, I can't believe they putting this on their page. You putting this out? No, ma'am, you don't know. Show yourself and look for all y'all talking. You being fake. I'm like, oh no, honey, I am who I am. Whatever you see here is what you get. But one thing's for sure, I am not that kind of person that's going to be out putting all kind of crazy stuff. And I ain't going to blast nobody, though I've thought about blasting a few, but I'm not going to do it a lot because, again, it's forever. You can't even take it back. Right? I can go dig until I find it. Trust me, I got some friends that walk around my partner and she said, look, I'm a journalist. I'm an investigative reporter. You know I can find stuff. I said, you're right. So that being said, everybody else can too with enough work. So be careful. You are your brand. You choose the path, right? And for you ministers that are, look, I tell ministers that are part of success all the time, you're already a speaker. Speaking is your gift. God poured that into you. That's why you're ministering from the stage, you talking to people. So when you learn to hone that to where you're not just talking as if you're in church, but now you're talking to people who are not necessarily there. And the reality is we always gonna drop a few nuggets in there from God. When we speaking, we can drop nuggets in without sounding like you in the behind the pulpit.
You're right.
Like if anybody was called to speak, it is the man of God and a woman of God. So how come I don't see many of y'all speaking and create? Look, when you create an event, and y'all know I teach people how to create profitable events, not parties. We ain't doing no parties, y'all. Parties is when everybody left full and you left empty and your pockets were empty too. We done with that. This is your time. Walk in it. Okay? He giving you the platform. You're a minister. Now, guess what? You operating in Zoom. Your church is in Zoom. Guess what? You got more time for. Now you can build that speaking empire along with your ministry empire. What you waiting on? You just heard Coach Nikki. Coach Nikki over here saying, I got it for you. I teach y'all to brand your ministry, brand your speaking along with your ministry and brand your speaking. Right? So you got it right. You can't say that God hasn't sent you the person to help you. Right? And for every coach that teaches how to speak, there's a coach for branding. There's a coach for creating, like I do, creating your own event. There's a coach for helping you, your life coach and all that kind of stuff. Look, 2 things that I did well this year, and I thank God for it, because he creates things and puts you in the path of people that are meant to be in your life, that are meant to be in your business. And I thank him. Look, I thank him because he gave me 2 things that really solidified my year. One is, and I tell all the time, Miss Rita, that's my girl. When I tell you we walk together, right? We do some stuff like, look, we learn from each other.
That's right.
The best thing was hiring a virtual assistant. Now, she ain't no virtual assistant anymore. She my chief virtual officer. But when I tell you, if you don't have a virtual assistant and you are a leader, and you working by yourself, get you a VA. Get you a virtual assistant. Get started there, because they're going to help you do and expand better than you could by yourself. Number 2, get you a coach. Look, I can't look for all of y'all. I was talking to somebody yesterday in a meeting. We were in a discovery call, and I was telling her, I said, people ask for a mentor, and I understand that, right? But a mentor is only going to share with y'all so much. I'm going to be honest with you.
Tell it.
You need to pay for you a coach. It is meant for you to put dollars so you can make dollars. Now, I'm telling you, this year, I said, Lord, is that the price? And, I'm like, can I get a discount? Yeah, you pay in full, you might get a discount. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Okay, that being said, I chose to walk with that because God had already showed me from 2019 that when we brought in coaches to success, I saw my people from that conference. Some of them left with 2 or 3 coaches. You understand? Because they realized that was their jump start. They didn't have to start from the bottom. They got somebody that can help them go through to their next level, to elevate what they're trying to do, to elevate their business, to elevate their speaking, to elevate their coaching business, right? Because a coach needs a coach, right? So they did that, and they're doing stuff. Y'all, when Lisa Nichols came in, don't tell me people can't afford to pay. Hello, I'm going to tell you right now. When Lisa Nichols came to success, 2018, y'all, look, yeah, you can call me nosy or whatever, but I was in shock. I had to go back to that table and watch people bring that credit card. I said, did she just say what? And then I watched the people.
What she said?
Girl, look, her prices were $5,000, $10,000. That's her small fee. right, for her coaching. Because Lisa Nichols is off the chain. I'm just gonna be honest. The girl got it going on, and she look. Somebody was saying the other day, if I can afford to pay the fee to get what I need, I would. But she's not the only coach out there. But it taught me that people pay for what they want. Right? They might tell you, I can't afford it. Yeah, but if you need it, you better pay for it.
You better
figure out what you're trying to do and know that there's a coach that can help you get there quicker. Don't take a whole another 2-3 years to make a decision. Learn from people like us. We've already been there. I already walked your path. Now, trust me, if I had to do over, I'd have hired me a coach 10 years ago. Hello. You know, and I'm telling you, he will drop those. Your bank will be going cha-cha-cha-cha. I'm telling you, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work.
My God. I am just, let's get back to what we came here for. What a book at?
Oh, what a book.
It's a book tour. We done get out.
So,
wait a minute now. You had 20 minutes. We talk now. See, you tricked me. In 46 minutes in this interview, you folks we talk about the book. We done talk about everything but the book.
Lord. So y'all, Trailblazers Who Lead. We released that and in July. Trailblazers Who Lead is about women who have gone through, and on the other side, they have picked it up and they're running with it, right? These are 29, led by none other than Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks. Y'all saw her. She was one of them judges out there when Miss Mississippi became what? Miss USA, first Black woman to win Miss USA pageant. That's right. Our Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks, who led Trailblazers Who Lead, and she is a trailblazer, y'all. I'm talking about number one in the world for Mary Kay in sales, first Black woman ever to do that. And Mary Kay got a lot of women in it, and definitely Black women in it. Number one in the world. She is their number one. So that woman, coming from her background, has led many and continues to lead many. And so you want to get a copy of that. There are women in there sharing their stories, how they are now doing businesses like I talk about comeback coolers. Started with one cooler of beer, right? One cooler of beer because she saw there was a need. There was a need because after a hurricane, what do you have? You ain't got no cold drinks. You ain't got nothing cold, really. And she like beer. So she like, I'm going to take some people a cooler of beer the next time somebody gets hit. From that, she is now delivering over 1,000 coolers in different parts of the country. And other people have decided to do what? Pay it forward. They joined in. There are other people like my good friends, Sabrina as well, who started out, look, didn't even know she had this seat. She was working for a big airline who decided after look, when I tell you she was living, y'all. She was living. She wasn't living. She was living, okay? She had it going on. She had those black cards. Not no regular credit card. I said the black one, right? She had the Mercedes. She had the house. She had the guy. She had all that. And then the corporation took it all away. They let her go. And then she had to figure out what's next for me. What am I going to do? Well, you know what I was talking about when you got extra time? Those seeds that were in you and you didn't even know they were. This woman makes hand leather goods. She started with art and then she went into making handmade purses, handmade jewelry. Y'all saw me wear a lot of her jewelry at Success this year and last year. She made handmade shoes. Y'all, she made these earrings too, the ones I'm wearing. I am telling you, She did not have this gift. She didn't know that gift was there. She said, I said, had you ever made anything by your hand before? No. Did you know anything about that? No. I said, so that was a seed that was being stifled by that corporation. You were making them rich. And here you are, you got the gifts and talents sitting right inside of you. And it was awoken once it was stripped. So who knows? Maybe God was just telling her it's time for you to move on. And you ain't hearing me. So let me shut it down, just like you did to us. So I'm telling you, these women realize their talents, but what I found with most of them is that they were not sharing it out with the world. So they were trailblazers who led from behind. And now all of them are leading from the front. As I said before, they're all out there doing so many amazing things. Oh my goodness. My good friend Dawn is out there with her book project, Finally Free. Other ones that are doing, Toni Moore, I think she had 4 books this year. Another young one, she's young compared to me, Dr. Tori Watts, who is the first African American to lead the Laurel school system as the superintendent of the area. She is doing amazing other things, and she's a minister, by the way. So, I mean, there are just people like that. My good friend, Sheila Farr. I mean, you're talking about somebody who was helping people build $1 million companies. But I'm like, well, I didn't know that. I've known her for years. I didn't know you were doing all that. And now she's speaking on platforms and doing so many different things. I am telling you, these women are trailblazers, and now they're leading from the front, not from the sides. They're in the light, y'all. They're showing their light right now. So these are trailblazers. And then, of course, I had to end the year with bringing on. I enjoyed the experience with those women so much. I mean, it was just an amazing experience working with them. And so, and you can find that book. You can go to CoachKearn.com and go there and click on Trailblazers, and you can order a book from there. Now, and of course, many of my authors are also have copies of their books as well. In addition to that, I am now accepting authors, people who are doing things, and they have done like Coach Nikki. They make it happen, right? They make it happen. It ain't necessarily something that they do, but they knew it had to happen. So they're making it happen, right? She's making this happen right now. This virtual book tour, she had to do this, but she did. And I'm thankful to allow us to come on this platform and share. I'm looking for people that are doing things. Maybe you left a domestic violent relationship and you had to save your family, you and your family, and you found a way to make it happen. Maybe you need to share that story.
That's
in
right.
the book anthology. One thing when I do with my book anthology is not about a book, okay? The book, I call a book a calling card. It's a business card. It represents you way after you leave the room. And you're getting the opportunity to drop that testimony inside of that book, right? It's just a chapter, y'all. Keep this in mind. When you do an anthology, you're sharing a piece of who you are. Just a piece of who you are. You probably got 40 stories inside of you and don't even know it. So I'm telling you, this is an opportunity to share who you are. And then because you with me in my book anthology, we're not just going to do it. We're not going to do it small.
That's right.
Big, right? So you're going to be on podcasts because I'm going to nudge you until you get on some. And I'm going to book them for you. Radio shows. You're going to be in magazines. That's right. I'm already working on that for those that are part of my anthology already. Yes, we got a magazine thing coming out, and we definitely going to be doing some tours. That's right. We're going to do amazing things together. You can expect to see a book trailer and all those other things that come with the book project. You're going to get a lot of visibility. I'm sure some of y'all have seen the first graphic that's coming out. And I love graphics so we're going to have many. And you are going to do
chapters now. I got to get one of these chapters now. Tell me what's
come on, CoachKearn.com/make it happen. And you will see them at Level Up. That's right. That's my conference. Level Up, they'll be there. So right now, I'm going to make it happen, people. You're going to be a part of that conference. So come on, be a part. Drop it in, CoachKearn.com/make it happen. If you want to be one of those people, and if you haven't been an author, this is your opportunity to join. CoachKearn.com/make it happen. Right now, I don't have that many slots left, so I'm looking because I know we got a lady right now, and I share this because it's a blessing. She had a stroke at 50. This woman already has a digital business. Judy Ambrosia James. She already has a business. I'm like, you gotta share that. Yes, that's man. You talking? Look, had a stroke and she's still making it happen. If she can make it happen, why can't you? Come on, share that story. Come be a part of Make It Happen.
So can you tell me? Because I'm on here now and I'm struggling. Where do they go?
If you go on there, it gives you a couple of choices on which level you can be. Well, I would recommend you be a part of the elite experience. Click on the elite experience so you can find out what that involves and the cost in that. Or you can go to the basics and still be a part of the book anthology. You get to share 1,000 words on yourself. You get to have a bio inside of that as well with your headshot. And y'all are doing something extra with y'all, so I can't announce everything. But know that we're going to make sure you look good. You need a speaker one sheet. Guess what? I'm going to be making sure my people have one. We're going to do some different things that you hadn't seen in some other people's book project. But everybody has a book. Everybody that has an anthology, trust me, they're offering you an opportunity to share your story. So at least get on somebody's anthology if you're not coming with me. But of course, I'm going to come with me.
Coming up, but we're gonna go with you. We're gonna push you. Now if you finish pushing you, we're gonna push mine.
There you go.
There you go. I'm about to pay my money, so we can go. I can go and get in, and then I'm asking others. Come on, join with me. Let's make this happen, man. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Investing in yourself. Stop trying to get people to invest in you. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Yes, and I do push other people's stuff because I love promoting what people are doing. I love promoting people in my tribe, people that support. It ain't about just me. If you go to my Facebook page, they're like, Kearn, I see you on here a lot, but I also see a lot of other people. Yes, I will drop and share people that are in a Success Women's Conference, Success Mentors Network. We support each other. We are about, and our Trailblazers Who Lead, those ladies know we work. Look, you online, let me click and get on there and support you. So look, y'all, this is an opportunity to collaborate. Okay.
Right.
Okay. A book anthology is a collaboration of many people. And we got guys too. So come on. Look, I'm taking both men and women. So
come on, more junior minister. Come on in here. We see you in here. Make it happen.
Yes, make it happen. Make it happen. So I already have some men involved. So come on and share your story. We are happy to make you a part of this anthology. So come on, y'all. And I ain't finished. Next year, I'm gonna say this now for the rest of y'all who want to know me. I'm doing 4 conferences. Success Woman on Fire. Success Woman on Fire is the first conference for the year. I have 2 other conferences, Level Up Your Visibility and Profitability, Power Up Summit, and then Success, the biggest one that had over 17,000. Did I say that out loud? Over 17,000 people in attendance last month. And then in addition to that, I also have two other of my clients. One is doing 2 conferences, February and March, and one is doing one in March as well. So I have Nikki, conferences. You're a speaker, you want to be connected, you want to be on some platform, you need to reach out to me. Go to CoachKearn.com and actually you'll see a speaker link on there. You can go out on there and fill out that link. And I'll make sure you get information because not only those projects, but I'm supporting other people who also have conferences. Yeah, I'm going to send them some speakers. So that being said, thank you, Coach Nikki. And if y'all looking for me, you're looking for me, Kearn Crockett Cherry, Kearn Cherry. You can find my home care or Success Women Conference or all other conferences I named. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Look, I'm on TikTok and I'm even on Snapchat. You gonna find me somewhere if you're trying to reach me, right? But you can go to CoachKearn.com and connect with me right there.
Amen. Well, there you have it, guys. This ends my tour. I went out in a bang. My girl stayed with me for 1 hour. You the longest one I ever had, all because I respect who she is. I know she gonna give us knowledge. She dropped some wisdom out this world, and it's all about connecting to the right people. Thank everybody for joining me on my tour. We interviewed 115 ladies in 7 days.
Wow.
God is so awesome. I got one more girl. That's Friday. We'll replay her stuff. But this end the tour. It's a done deal. Thank you so much. I'm going to call her Mama Cherry. I ain't going to call her Coach. I'm going to call her Mama Cherry. Well, thank you so much. And I will be at the Women on Fire, guys. So my followers, I know y'all like to watch afterwards. You guys got to, is there a registration for them to pay to be a part of it?
Yes, there is. But go to my page first and connect with me. And because that page is launching out in the next couple of days.
Okay.
And we will follow up because we want y'all to be more. Look, we plan to hit 20,000. I'm going to just speak it out there. But hey, we want y'all to be a part of that. We had people from around the world last month that tuned in. We had Les Brown, Dr. Frazier, all those people coming on board. So I'm telling y'all, success is bigger than me. It's not just about me. It's about the people that are involved. It's about the people who are tuning in. We're about inspiring, empowering, and pouring into people's lives. And we want to help you get recharged. And we definitely want you to connect and collaborate. That's all I'm about, connecting and collaborating. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. This girl finna get this hair done in a little while, so I'm gonna go get ready for that. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you guys soon. Mother Cherry, I'll call you after the holidays. We can chop it up, and we'll see y'all later.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're out. Take care. I love you. Don't forget to share this watch party. Tag her to it. Follow her. Let's join forces together. She got some extraordinary things she's doing that I've never seen before. And so we're going to follow her lead and we're going to let her lead us out. You guys have a great day. Talk to everybody soon.